As we live our day-to-day lives, many people ask the question, what is life? What does it mean to be alive? Today, we're going to answer many of those questions and search for others as we look inside to our habits and our tendencies.
Welcome, family, to another session with Pharaoh J. Tassetti. I was thinking today and had a thought that come across my mind that I can share with you. And if you look at this, you will see the intent of what is going on. As we look around the world and we see what countries and people are doing, the world seems to thrive on conflict. And look at the amount of money and the revenue that conflict creates. So when looking at this, it just made me wonder, what if there were no conflicts? Or what if we learned to resolve our own problems without conflict, without war, without fighting? The world seems to evolve and revolve around conflicting, competing forces. Whenever there's peace, someone starts a conflict. And this goes from the neighborhood home all the way out into a country against another country. Think about that. Why does there have to be conflict? Why can't we learn to resolve and solve our own problems? Why do things have to get to a heated pace to where there's war, to where there's fighting, armament, weapons? Many of the things we're fighting about is not that extreme. Many times we get past the point of what the conversation is about, and we get angry because the other person is angry with us. War usually starts not because they can't resolve their problems, it's because they're posturing now. The reputation of the country, integrity, and pride is in place. So now you're not even fighting about the particular conflict anymore. You're fighting for the pride of your country or yourself. Same thing with neighborhoods and reputations. It doesn't change, family. We have to change it. Conflict has to be addressed with compromise, negotiations, become an ambassador to your own kingdom. Represent yourself in a way to where you have a skill in solving problems. Once you have that skill of solving problems, you do not have to go to war. There is no sense of fighting that person or pulling a gun on that person. This is what life is about, family. This can blend into families that have problems with relationships, marriages, family squabbles. You learn to solve a problem and become an ambassador of compromise. It can go a long way, family. Marriages break up because they can't resolve their problems. They can't compromise their situations. This is not good. Every one of us have the power within us to change that situation for the good. Many times you can't get what you want, but you can get some of what you want if you give up some of it. And this is what is called compromise. You already know this. Right now we're living in a time of extremes. You either get all of what you want or you get nothing. And this is where we are. Life doesn't work that way. Not every day is a sunny day. Not every day is a rainy day. We go through seasons here. Many of us get our best days, which can be some of those sunny, bright, and extremely hot days. And some of us get those weathery days, whether it's rain, snow, or gray days, like in the fall or in the spring. But the earth need every one of those days. So we have a way of compromising with nature because we have no choice. We have a way of compromising in life sometimes because we have no choice. But the things we do have a choice with, we have a problem. We want everything we want. There is no compromise. There is no middle of the road. It's either this way or the highway. And this is the problem, family. There's nothing wrong with sitting down with the person you have that conflict with and resolving your issues and differences. Don't let a third party instigate your situation. If you notice, that third party always wants to see a show. They want to be entertained. And this not only starts with the neighborhood, it goes to nations. There are nations instigating nations to start wars with other nations. So once we learn to compromise and learn to be ambassadors of peace, that's when you will have peace, family. There is no peace until you become an ambassador of compromise. Not all of us have this skill. Most people want to eliminate the problem. That's not compromise. Eventually, you will be eliminated. That's how it rolls. Nature gives you what you give it. Compromise is the middle of the road. Compromise is live and let live. We can do that, family. So let's work on it together. Becoming ambassadors of peace, becoming ambassadors of compromise. Not everything has to be a war. Not everything has to be on the extreme ends. Think about that. Every single one of us have the power to solve conflict with compromise. It's just up to us to choose to use that skill, to develop that skill, to be the best skill we have. Anyone can have conflict, but how many can solve problems? How many people can give options so that the conflicting party thinks about their decision? This is what compromise is. What are the options? Let's have a little bit of give and take instead of extremes. This is what life is. Survival. We are adult children. We are adults. We've developed many technological advances with weaponry, guns, bullets, lasers, tanks, battleships. But when it comes down to compromise and being able to speak to someone about agreeing on a topic, we are the same as we are in the primal days. We have not changed much. We may have moved an inch. We have developed ourselves technologically to be way advanced than that of the primal man. But when it comes to dealing with ourselves and each other, our emotions, and the ability to conversate and negotiate with each other, we have not changed much. And this is what we must develop. We must learn the skill of negotiation, compromise, and agreeing with one another, and eliminate the process of getting to the extremes. Because extremes only lead to more conflict. And I'm sure even in the extremes, there are some who don't completely 100% agree with those extremes. As we're dealing with today, I don't agree with either party 100%. But yet, we fall into these extremes. Think about that, family. I just wanted to share that thought with you. We must have our own minds and think about what is valuable in our lives, and not just jump on a team with colors. This must be done away with. The main thing on your mind should be our children and grandchildren and grandchildren's children. This is what we're planning for at this moment. Look in the future. It's not about you. It's about your bloodline. It's about your lineage. It's about your family tree. You shouldn't be the one to destroy it. This was a message from Pharaoh J. Tassetti. Don't forget, to subscribe, like, and share our content. Love, peace, and power. Pharaoh J. Tassetti.